One of the things we've been really excited about here at the network is the fact we still have football in February and beyond. That's thanks to the Alliance, and I'm thrilled now to be joined by Trent Richardson, running back for the Birmingham Iron. Trent, thanks so much for making time for us, man.
Oh man, appreciate y'all for having me, man. Thank you very much.
So congrats on your success in the Alliance. You lead the league in rushing touchdowns. And I also want to ask you about your journey and how you got here. We know first round pick for you, third overall pick to the Browns, played for several NFL teams, went to the CFL. What was it that drove you to come back and say, you know what, I want to be part of the Alliance and I want to keep playing football as what I'm doing with my life?
Man, the biggest thing for me, man, was my kids. One day I was, actually training with my son, and he had asked me a question. He was like, "Dad, when I'm gonna be able to see you play football?" And I didn't realize that my son actually never got to see me play football. He was so young when he couldn't remember, or he was just a baby when I, was just coming into the league. And so, for me, man, my kids, drove me back to, want to be out there. And, I never lost the confidence of, being a, football player, and doing what I love to do the best, and being great at it. And so, but, having my kids around, gave me that extra push.
What's the best moment you've had with your kids in terms of playing football and the reality that they're now getting to experience this with you?
Really the best moments is, before the game, and after the game for, win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna always have my kids there to smile at me and to let me know that, I'm their superhero, I'm their Superman, and they're proud of me. And to enjoy this moment with them, my girls are older now, they're 12 and 10, of course they've been around and they understand it. But to have, all my kids, just to see me and they're happy for me, and to send them with back to their school, something to talk about, and something to smile about. It makes me proud as a dad and as a father.
It's interesting. 2 years away from anything is a long time. It's a lot of time. It's a huge gulf in football. How long did it take you as you tried to get into shape, as you got into shape, as you got back into competition, before you felt like, okay, I'm going to be able to be the player that I want to be?
Well, I really never stopped training. I was training every day down here in Birmingham, in Bessemer with Mike McCoy at the Warehouse Performance. And so, man, he stayed on me, man. And he was like, you never know when you can get that phone call. And so, me, like I said, me working out every day. And, at the time my son was in the school, he was only 4 years old. And he was training me every morning and, training me every afternoon. And it's something that he actually wanted to do. And so everything I did, he did. And so when I finally got that phone call, I actually went down to Coach Saban. And we was talking, about, getting back into the league and stuff like that. He was like, they're actually starting a new league. And Coach Joe Pendress, he's going to be the GM. And so right then it hit me right there, like I need to, give it a shot, and, it's the opportunity for me. And so I appreciate the Alliance for doing what they did for me.
This past week in your win over the Legends, you rushed for 3 touchdowns. The last time you did that was back in 2011 when you were playing for a guy named Nick Saban at Alabama. I think the game was against Ole Miss. What was that like? You get that third one in 2019. What's that feeling like? Like, walk us through what that felt like to get a trifecta again.
Oh man, it was just a moment that you enjoy, with your teammates, man, because those guys deserve it, more than anything, because them guys really actually grind, especially our defense. Our defense is one of, the hardest defense out there, and I think they can play with anybody. For our offense, man, it's have been, some hard nosed, playing smash mouth football for us. And so being able to enjoy that with my team, it was much bigger, than it was, just to say, I scored 3 touchdowns. And so just enjoying that moment with our offensive line, with our quarterback, with our receivers, and our special teams doing a great job too, and our coaching staff. Our whole coaching staff and guys out there hungry. So that meant a lot for our program. Not just for me, man, just for our program. So it meant a lot to me, to share that moment with them.
Before the season began, the Iron had the worst odds to win the AAF championship. Now you guys, I know it's early, but you guys are undefeated through the first 3 weeks. How much was that bulletin board material? How much was that discussed or not discussed as you guys got ready to show what you could do?
Oh yeah, it was discussed. And it was a 15-1 odds. And so, we look at stuff like that, and we laugh at it, and we just call our shots on on game day, and let them know that all the training we did, in the off season, all the training we did for training camp, and come together as a family. These group of guys here, everybody's hungry. Everybody's getting paid the same. Everybody's know what their common goal is, and and where they want to be. Of course, we want to make it to the big show one day, but our common goal is, we got to make it to Vegas and do what we got to do there and win the whole thing. That's something that we said way early in the camp. A lot of people, want to admit stuff like that, or said, but on the record right now, man, I think that we're one of the best teams out there, and we're gonna do whatever we can to to make it to that big show.
Trent, I think, I guess I'll speak for myself, but just me and buddies I've talked to, 3 weeks in, the Alliance is great. I mean, the product's really good. It is real football. But, I think we all would agree that whenever something new starts, there's some skepticism. We've seen some football leagues not work. How did the Alliance convince you? Because as fans, we watch, and it's really interesting, and we keep watching. How did the Alliance convince you, or whoever it was, Trent, this is worth your time, this is the real deal?
Well, first of all, it only took, Coach Saban to tell me that, Joe Pendry was going to be the GM. Just the football minds that's behind it. And then, you find out more about the technology and, what they're doing. And how convincing it was to me, man, that, we're starting something new here that, can actually, the lead is something, huge. And you can be a part of, making history, and doing it in the state of Alabama. It's beautiful to me, man, and it's amazing. So I seized every moment. And I took it in, and it's of course you're gonna look at stuff that how it's gonna be, what's the product. You gotta put great product out there on the field first. Whatever you're doing. And our production has been great, and this league, I think this league's gonna be around for a long time, and I think it's something that that the world needed. This AAF.
Trent, you guys have got San Antonio up next on Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern. One for those folks looking out on the West Coast. The game will be on CBS Sports Network. As you look at the tape, as you prepare, what are the things you need to do to get the W?
Oh man, just looking at some of the tape, I was just actually watching some of the tape with my coach on Gerald Brown. Being able to try to get the ball out the pocket and get around them big defensive ends they have. We got to be able to run the ball. We got to be able to punch it in when we're in the red zone. We can't go 3 and out because, they don't leave, that much breathing room. And I think that's, with having a defensive coach and, having a guy that, knows, offenses and defense, inside out, you got to work hard. And, down in the paint, you got to man up.
NFL Combine begins this week. It begins today. You obviously went through that experience. You had a good experience. What advice, if you got a call from somebody who said, Trent, man, I'm nervous, it's going to affect the rest of my life, what's the advice you would offer that young player?
What I would just tell them, man, you've been working on this day way before, the combine came about. You've been working on this day, since you been a child. It all starts in the backyard football when you're back there 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you catching the pass, out of bounds, going into the end zone. That's where it really starts, man. You don't start your training, when it's time to come out. You start your training way before then. So, just do what you do and go have fun and enjoy this process. Like, really, don't be nervous about it, At the end of the day, man, you only get one shot. And so this opportunity that you have, man, make the most of it. You don't go out there lackadaisy. Just go out there and have fun and do your best. If you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I knew I was going to run this time, or I knew I was going to lift this much, or I knew I was going to, go hard on these drills, you did your job. If you can say that, man, I got to go back on my pro day and do this and do that, you need to look yourself in the mirror and get back to training, get back to the training table.
Trent Richardson, really enjoyed the conversation. Congrats on your success. Good luck the rest of this year. We'll be watching you on CBS Sports Network this Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern. Thanks so much for making time for us.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.